Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. We're still on our topic right now about God, okay? About God and Islam, okay? How do Muslims believe in God? We spoke about God being one alone, that there is only one God, La ilaha illallah, which is obviously the prerequisite of Islam. To be Muslim, you have to believe this. And we spoke about God being both the sovereign and also God being an intimate God who is closer to you than your jugular vein and with you wherever you are. Now we're going to talk about the knowledge of God, how to know God. What does Islam have for us regarding this topic, knowledge of God? Now, of course, there's a lot of things in the Qur'an, that speaks to us about this knowledge or knowledge of God. But I'm going to highlight certain core concepts. Okay, so the first one is that according to the Qur'an, knowledge of God is first of all intuitive, innate, meaning we have been created by God to know God, to have this knowledge of God. Secondly, knowledge of God is through experience of creation. So the Quran tells us that everything has been created in truth, and this truth, of course, being a name of God, Al-Haq, or God is the truth. So everything has been created in truth, and it is through experiencing creation or the truth of creation that we come to know God. So that's the second one. And then the third one is through revelation. Okay, that God sent prophets and messengers came with books, and books, the revelation, points us to the knowledge of God and calls us to observe the heavens and the earth, and all things, created things, and to know for sure that God is the one who created and preserves and maintains all that is of created things around us. So this is the standpoint of course, of the Quran in general, and again in general, and also, of course, therefore Islam. So again, it is God is known through intuition. We intuitively know God. God is known through the facts of creation. That is that everything has been created in truth by God. So it is it gives us insight into the knowledge of God. And then also lastly, God is known through revelation. So you might say, look, okay, how do you know the revelation is true? Okay, and again, these three things support each other. We know that the revelation is true because we experience the world around us, of which revelation, the bulk of it, is talking about the world around us and in relation to God. And through this experience, we know ourselves that it can only be from God. Okay, so there are many such examples also in the Quran, but for our purposes, we are going to discuss two only. Okay, so I brought out, so because it is the Quran, I don't want to paraphrase it. I brought out a translation of the Quran. So in Surah 42, verse 53, okay, we have an example, first of all, of knowing God through the world around us and through intuition and then through revelation. Those 3 points. Okay, so it says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We will show them our signs in the universe and in their own selves until it becomes manifest to them that this, the Quran, is the truth. Is it not sufficient in regard to your Lord that He is a witness over all things? So this here we can see we can divide it into three parts. Okay. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم. Okay. We will show them our signs in the universe. So first, that is what is around us. These are signs of Allah that He'll show. Okay. Proof of His existence. And in their own selves, that you within yourself, if you reflect within yourself and on yourself, you will find proof, signs of Allah, of His existence. Okay. حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. Okay, until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth. Now the translator says that it is, this Qur'an is the truth, but in the actual verse it doesn't say specifically what. It says حتى يتبين لهم أنه, that it is al-haq, the truth. Okay, and then it says further, أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِ بِرَبِّكَ أَنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. Okay, is it not enough? Let me go to the actual translation. Is it not sufficient or enough? This yakfi, it is not enough in regard to your Lord that He is a witness over all things. So this verse in the Quran here speaks of the three ways in which we know God. So following on from the first way, mentioned the universe, right? The Quran also tells us that were it from other than Allah, then there would be chaos. Okay, there would be, for example, the planets would crash into each other. Okay, or so the creation, the orderliness of the creation, the design of the creation, the fact that we can study the creation and we can find similarities. For example, many animals have eyes as we do have eyes. The eye works in similar ways. The facts of the perfection of creation is a proof that it was created by one creator, the similarities. Okay, so that is also mentioned at length in the Quran, and in their own selves. So let us follow on the theme of in their own selves. Okay, there is signs. Okay, so the Quran also tells us regarding this in their own selves. We see in Surah 7 Al-A'raf, where it says, let me get to the verse. Yeah, where it says in verse 172, Surah 7 verse 172, it says, and remember when your Lord brought forth from the children of Adam, from their loins, their seed, or from Adam's loins his offspring, and made them testify as to themselves, saying, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, we testify, lest you should say on the day of resurrection, verily we have been unaware of this. So this is in corroboration with wafi anfusihim, and in themselves. It's corroboration that there are signs. This is talking about pre-existence in a sense, or let's call it a state we were in before we entered this world, where we all testified to this. Okay, as the children of Adam, we all said, Allah said to us, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, we testify. And so this is going to be held as proof against us. It says, lest you should say on the day of resurrection or the day of judgment, verily we have been unaware of this. So the claim in the Quran is that we all are aware of God, of Allah's existence at a primordial level. And we all testify to this at the primordial level, and therefore we are supposed to be capable of recognizing the truth if we are truly in touch with ourselves. And this is the premise from which God can be known also. And therefore I think there's a famous Arabic saying that says, "Whoso knows himself, man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbah," will know his Lord. I don't know who said it, but that's a famous Arabic saying which is not far off from the premise here. Okay, so this is one way in which we can know Allah, and then obviously the revelation, which if we are in tune with ourselves and in tune with our environment, we would be able to recognize the truth of the revelation, the Qur'an, the revelation that Allah sent to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this is a segment on knowledge of God. Okay, so we have proofs and evidence within ourselves, in creation, in the universe, and in the revelation that indeed Allah is real, and that Allah is the creator and the nourisher and the sustainer, and that Allah is indeed only one. And so that concludes this segment. We will do one more segment on about belief in Allah, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Thank you very much.